Hello students, in this video we'll discuss about the role of lexical analyzer. In the last video we have discussed about bootstrapping and porting, like how the new compiler will be developed and modified or used for another machine. So now let me start with the lexical analyzer. So as we have already discussed, the lexical analyzer is going to read the input string from left to right and is going to read only one character at a time. Even though the first phase of the compiler is the lexical analysis, actually the process won't start from the lexical analysis. So when you run the compiler, the first phase to be called is parser. That's nothing but the syntactic analyzer of the code. So always the compilation process starts from the parser. And see, like you take C language, even though you have written the hash include global declaration, but the execution always starts from main. Same way, even though the first phase is lexical analysis, but the process starts from parser. So whenever a parser is called by the end user, the main intention of the parser is what? We have to check whether the generated tokens are syntactically correct or not. So when the compilation process is started, the parser will be called first, and it is trying to do its task by checking whether the stream of tokens are syntactically correct or not. But generating the tokens is not the task of parser. Then immediately what the parser will do, parser will call the lexical analyzer by saying that, see, I have to check, I got a job to check that the tokens are correct or not with a particular high level language statement, but I don't have the mechanism to check the tokens. So can you do this generation of tokens task? So it will call a get next token function and it will evoke the lexical analyzer phase. Then whenever the lexical analyzer phase is requested by the parser to generate the tokens, then it will go to the source program and read the characters one by one. And after that, it is going to generate the tokens. And whenever an identifier is detected, the lexical analyzer is going to update the information in symbol table. And whenever an error is occurred, that will be reported to the error handler here. So then the lexical analyzer, if there is no compilation error and no lexical error, and it converts the source program into stream of tokens. And those tokens will be forwarded to the next phase that is called parser. Who call the lexical analyzer? Parser. Then at the end of the function calling get next token, the lexical analyzer returns the tokens to the parser. So then the parser starts checking whether the statement is syntactically correct or not. So this is about the model of lexical analyzer or the main role of lexical analyzer. Then is it the only task the lexical analyzer is generating the tokens? Of course, there is a major task of the lexical analysis. But what are the primary tasks? For example, if I write a statement like this, int a comma b comma c. See, the spaces won't be treated as a token. For example, if I press enter here, logically you are physically you are entering, right? For example, okay. For example, if you are writing like this, int a comma b comma c semicolon, then to go to the next line you are pressing enter, but actually that will be stored in a slash and space character. So then these space characters won't be treated as tokens, right? If whenever you write a statement called int a comma b comma c, then it is going to take int is a token, a is a token, b is a token, and c, but not the space, not the slash n, not the comments. They are not the tokens. Then who is taking care of all these things? See, the primary task of lexical analyzer is generating the tokens and forwarding to the parser. But the secondary task is removing the white spaces and white space characters. So white spaces means spaces, general spaces. White space characters means /n, /a, /r, /t. These are not the tokens. All are going to be removed by lexical analysis only. Same way comments. So comments are written only for the readability purpose. They are not meant for any functioning purpose. So in terms of compilers, comments are zero, nothing. So before giving to the syntax analysis, because there is no need to check for it, right? Then this will be given as input to the lexical analysis. The lexical analysis remove all the comments with the help of hidden tokens, like end of line, end of comment, starting of comment. By using such hidden tokens, the comments will be removed. Not only that, and if an identifier is detected, and it's going to call the update symbol function and update some information. And if any error is occurred, that error will be reported to the error handler by saying some message. You have to take care about all these things while we are developing the lexical analysis. Then at the end, once the token is generated, we should have some mechanism to pass all those tokens in sequence to the next phase of the compiler. So there is nothing but parser. So then, of course, removing white spaces and white space character, we can simply remove it. But what will be happened if you are writing comments, right? So assume that we are having here something like this, okay? Then how they are going to be removed? The comments. If you are having a comment like this, some X, Y, Z, and comment like this, then what will be happen? First, whenever the slash star is detected, then it creates a hidden token by defining the starting of comment. Until it encounters the star slash, everything will be treated as comment character, and whenever it detects a star and slash, then it creates a hidden token called end of the token. And whatever you have written inside of starting of the token and end of the token will be removed by the lexical analysis. And these end of the token and starting of the tokens are not going to be forwarded to the next phase, as they are hidden tokens. Not only those, after every end of the line you are going to have the hidden token, right? End of line, and end of the file you are going to have the hidden token called end of the file. Starting of the comments, end of the comments, like we are going to have some sufficient number of hidden tokens which will be helpful to perform all these secondary tasks of the lexical analysis, and don't consider them as regular tokens. So this is the major role of lexical analysis. So in the next video we'll discuss how this input string is going to be buffered.